Hello and welcome into the Pakistan Cricket Show here on Global Cricket Radio with me, Andrew McLean, and I'm looking back. We're looking back at day 3 in Sydney between Australia and Pakistan. And joining me once again is Rana Umir. Hi, how are you doing, Umir?
Hey Andy, good afternoon. Yeah, doing well. How about you?
Yeah, well, I was quite looking forward to today's play, and we'll come to that in just a moment. Australia was by no means in a position of strength overnight. They were 116 for two. That was at stumps at the end of day two, with Labuschagne on 23, Steve Smith on 6. So there was there was a good, a pretty good chance for Pakistan to make inroads on the Aussies this morning, and then and then hopefully bat very well. But neither really happened today, did it? What did you? Well, first of all, what did you make of the Australian innings? I mean, obviously there was a standout performance by Amir Jamal taking 6 wickets, but in terms of Australia getting through to what did they make in the end? 299. I mean, do you think Pakistan bowled as well as they could have?
See, things could have been a lot worse for Pakistan, but thanks to Amir Jamal for his six were excellent bowling spell he bowled today. I think you might have seen that once again Simon Ayub dropped a catch of March, the bowling of Salman Ali Agha. So he went on to score some runs. Like he was on a score of just 8 runs and finished with 54. So definitely, again, that was hampered. But again, the good thing was that Pakistan made a good comeback in the last session post T. Amir Jamal, like standard performer among all the bowlers, like six were, and the last 5 wickets fell just for 10 runs. They were just they were only able to add 10 runs, and Pakistan wrapped this up inning very well. And the good thing is that almost after 14 years, Pakistan took a first inning lead against Australia in Australia. So, but yeah, everything was in control for Pakistan. But again, a disastrous second inning.
Yeah, and just before we come to that, so just looking through the wickets to fall today for Australia were Labuschagne. He was bowled Agha Salman for 60. Steve Smith was caught Bubba, bowled Mir Hamza for 38. Travis Head fell to Ahmad Jamal, LBW, for 10. And then there was a partnership between Marsh and Kerry. Um, they did fairly well, added a reasonable amount of runs. And then Marsh was caught Shan Masood, bowled Amir Jamal for 54. Uh, Kerry was bowled Sajid Khan for 38. And as you say, Umir, the Australian tail really fell over. Cummins was LBW to Amir Jamal for a duck. Nathan Lyon was caught by Shad Shakil off Amir Jamal for 5. And the last to go was Josh Hazlewood. He was caught Agha Salman bowled Ahmed Jamal for a duck. So Australia all out for 299. Just looking at some of these bowling figures, well, yes, Ahmed Jamal was a standout, of course, 6 for 69. I've lost track of how many wickets he's taken in this series now, but he's done very, very well. It must be something like 18 or thereabouts. Um,
Yes.
1 wicket to Sajid Khan, 1 to Mir Hamza, 2 to Agha Samal, and Hassan Ali was wicketless. But yes, the batting, and as I've mentioned on the show a couple of times, Abdullah Shafiq's has had a horror tour, and it continued again today. He was bowled in the first over again. Um, he was caught in the first innings, but this time he was bowled by Mitchell Starc. Uh, Very, very disappointing, I'd have to say, for Abdullah Shafiq.
Yes, absolutely. The ball which he got out on, that was absolutely unplayable. I won't say unplayable because Abdullah have been playing Test cricket for quite some time, so we should have managed that. But that was the Stark special, his stock ball, the in finger. He got trapped, and there was a gap between his bat and pad, and eventually got bowled out. So, but again, I'm pretty much disappointed with Shan actually. Like to start with, like the way he
Oh,
threw his wicket,
oh, I was going to
yeah,
say,
that was a very lazy ball, like just angling outside. Yeah.
yeah, I
So
was going to say his dismissal was
yeah, and but yeah,
he
yes, exactly.
I mean he just really
And Babar Azam once again, mhm, mhm. Go ahead.
I no, I just wanted to say with Shan, I mean, he's the captain of the side, and I know that he seems to have developed a mindset of when the ball's there to hit it. But it was the very first ball he faced, and it was a nothing shot. He was just dangling his fishing rod basically outside off stump. Um, but it was quite interesting listening to the commentary on the television. And Michael Vaughan, I heard him say this a few times today. That they're just feeling the pressure. Um, but Sean comes in very first ball he faces off Josh Hazlewood, which was actually the second over of the innings from memory. Um, you just shouldn't be playing a shot like that. I mean, it just highly irresponsible, very ugly, and next thing Pakistan's two down. Um, well, I think they had 2 runs on the board actually at that stage, but yeah, just the worst possible start, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. Like the start was pretty much awful, but I like the counter attack which Saim Ayub did. He did score 6 runs of Stark as well, and I was pretty much amazed when came into ball on the very first ball he scored a boundary. So Saim was playing fearlessly unless they brought in Nathan Lyon. So obviously it's the third day of the Test match, and we expected ball to turn, and Lyon was getting a lot of purchase from the wicket. So once the spinners got introduced, so he sort of fell into his shell, and he stopped actually making stroke making. So yeah, but again, Babar Azam, again a lazy shot, I would say, getting out to a part timer at Travis Head. That was nothing short. He was just trying to play a cover drive, not much sharp turn or anything like that. That we can say that was a wicket taking delivery. It was just a simple delivery, but he did not manage that. And again, like South Shakil, again a lazy shot, nothing short, like same like Shan Masood. It was nothing short. He could have left that ball easily, but eventually he edged that, and Steven Smith caught that into the slips. Then they sent Sajid Khan as a night watchman. Again, like an in dipper was more than enough for a night watchman to get out. So same happened. And Aga Salman again, a lazy shot, or nothing shot, I would say, to get out. I don't know. Like again, it has been the history of Pakistan. If you see their history, there has been a long tale where you see wickets getting crumble, and they are getting out so early. So I think the same thing happened. In history, we have seen such thing happen. So yeah, and now with only 3 wickets left, there's a bleak chance. Like if they happen to score 100 more runs, so maybe they can fight. But as I said earlier, 250 should have been a target for Australia for fourth innings. Below that, I would definitely say that Australia is gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, so 68 for seven. I was sitting outside with the television on in the background, and it was just like every few seconds I felt like I was getting up to see another wicket fall. Um, Josh Hazelwood did all the damage. He had 4 for 9, 1 wicket each to Lyon, Head, and Stark. Um, and yeah, I guess the only real hope Pakistan has now is the fact that Mohammad Rizwan's still there. He's 6 not out, and Ahmed Jamal, of course, who made 82, I think it was, in the first innings. I mean, they've got the ability, obviously, to score a lot of runs. As we've seen, they both got 80s in the first innings, actually. But it's a hell of a lot of pressure for two guys to try and save the match. Um, and as you say, I think it's going to be all over fairly quickly tomorrow. Pakistan's on a bit of a hiding to nothing, really, and I guess Umir, although Pakistan didn't play particularly well in Perth, they played very well in Melbourne. And do you feel that? I mean, I know they'll be disappointed, but do you feel that they've let the fans down at all in this match?
Yes, so like especially if I talk about this test, everything was under control, like till the third inning got started. So yes, definitely they will let the fans down if they are going to lose this match because after so many years, like even in the MCG as well, like Pakistan were in a better position. But I feel specifically in this test, they were in much more comfortable position where they could have easily scored 200 plus run in third innings, and Australia would have been chasing 250 now. So on 250, like chasing these runs on day four and day five, so definitely Pakistan would have been an edge. So yes, once again, like batting have let them down, but the positives are there. Like if you talk about Amir Jamal, after such a long time, we have seen any fast bowler taking 5 overs and 6 overs in Australia, as well as like the positive thing is that he can bat as well. So we can see a genuine all-rounder in him. Like in future, he can serve Pakistan for a long time. I guess most of the people would be disappointed from Babar. Like they were expecting him to score runs, and again, like we have seen glimpses of brilliance, like the way he has been scoring runs on the cover drive, like getting out in 20s and 30s. It is just not acceptable. In simple words, from such a classy batsman, and the whole team is dependent upon him. And it's been 6 innings, we have got nothing out of him. So yeah, so there will be plenty of talks. Although it was like getting a whitewash after twinning Australia, it was something everyone was foreseeing. But we had our chances. Like Pakistan were in a position to win at least 2 matches, but it never happened just because they either they took pressure or like mostly they can only blame themselves only. Like
Yeah.
even for the LPG as well and in today's test as well, like the way they got out irresponsible shots. So yeah, a lot to talk about. So
I
about
mean,
such a
when I when I when I look back on the series, and I've watched most of it, most days. My memory of it is going to be that Pakistan, apart from I guess the first innings in Perth, I think since then they've actually bowled really well. Even someone like Aga Salman's done a useful job as an all rounder, bowling his spin. Um, but and other bowlers have had good moments at other times. Shane Shah he's done quite well, particularly in the second test. Mir Hamza's done okay. Ahmad Jamal's been outstanding. But if I have to pick out 3 people that have really let their side down on this tour, one is Abdullah Shafiq, the other is Saud Shakil, and Bubba, who you've already mentioned, and I guess Imam before that. So maybe 4, but it's Saud Shakil. I mean, I can't believe how bad his series has been. I was expecting so much from him.
yeah, exactly. Like specifically in this test where the conditions were most suited to him. There was not a lot of bounce. The conditions was exactly what they used to get in Asia. And like even in the second inning, I was expecting him to be there on the wicket and score some run because he's an excellent player of spin. I was expecting him to tackle line, but again he fell to a delivery which was actually not the one which on which he should have thrown his wicket away. So yeah, disappointing series for him. Maybe at the back of the mind, he had the failures which he faced in the first couple of tests. So maybe he was not able to cope with that. Otherwise, there is no excuse of not performing on such wicket that we have seen in Sydney. On day three, it's perfectly matching with the conditions what we see in Asia. No such demons with respect to the fast bowlers where you would see some awkward bounce or thing like that. Yes, the only thing is that there's a ton available. There's a lot of purchase available for the spinners, and like it was like out of the context that the Hazelwood came in and took 3 wickets on the over. It's just not acceptable. But ball was not doing much for the pacers. It was for the spinner who were expected to take the wickets.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's a pretty good summary. So I guess there's not a huge amount left to talk about. I mean, other than the fact that it seems like collapses are the order of the day at the moment in Test cricket. I mean, the game in Newlands all over in 5 days. A third innings collapse here by Pakistan. Uh, so, from a fan's perspective, I guess it's just been a disappointing couple of days.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I would like to talk about is the way Salman Ali Agha bowled. The delivery on which Labuschagne got out, I believe that that is one of the delivery of the tournament. Yeah, we do have the excellent bowling spell from the far pacers and excellent deliveries, but from the spinner's point of view, the way he caught a wicket of Labuschagne, I think that has to be one of the delivery of the tournament. Sharp spin like Labuschagne had no idea from out of nowhere how that ball got turned and created a gap between bat and pad, and he got bowled out. So, yeah, Salman did a pretty decent job as a part timer. And in the yesterday's press conference, himself said that he want to be an all rounder, and I think yes, he has got the ability, especially when you play so many test matches in Asian conditions. So he will be very handy in future. Like yes, batting is his primary job, but from the bowling point of view, he has shown the entire world that he has got the talent.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, he, and also let's not underestimate. I don't know offhand what his economy rate is, but let's not underestimate the fact that a lot of off spinners have come to Australia and been hit out of the attack and really struggled. Well, not just off spinners, all types of spinners. And bearing in mind that Abra hasn't been able to play, I thought that Aga Salman has been very tidy. He hasn't been hit out of the attack. Okay, he hasn't bowled huge amounts of overs, but yeah, he's also impressed me too.
Yeah, and again, like I'll come back to Simon Ayub. Like again, like I have seen a tweet from Michael Vaughan as well. Like soon after he started playing in inning, he tweeted like he said something like that. He's one for the future. He's a future superstar. So I'm looking forward to Simon as well to continue playing Test cricket. Like we have seen Imam as well. He used to consume a lot of deliveries at top of the order and not playing any aggressive shot. And it in his short inning of 33 runs, he scored 1 6 to Stark and 3 boundaries as well. So he's one for the future, definitely. And like let's see how it goes in the first session tomorrow. But I'm not expecting this test to be dragged into the third session most probably even if Salman and Amir Jamal goes into play and score some runs. I believe that in the second session this match should get over.
All right, well, we'll wait and see for tomorrow. Thanks very much for joining me again today, Rana. Your insights are invaluable here on the Pakistan Cricket Show. So we'll catch you again tomorrow. So from me and Rana Umir, we're